Hello, everyone. We're going to talk about winning mindsets today and the importance of the type of thoughts that you have. So, if you would like the information about the free challenge that we're going to be doing at the end of January, please type in the comment section challenge and we'll make sure we get that information to you. So, winning mindsets, understanding your thoughts is a key piece to how successful you are now and in the future. Thoughts are, connected to energy and they magnetically attract other thoughts. So, regardless if it's a positive thought or a negative thought, it will still attract thoughts that are similar. So, that's why understanding your thoughts and then what you can do about it, how to shift them, how to change it is so important. And we'll be talking more about that during the challenge at the end of this month. So for today, I want to give you an example of a mindset. And a mindset is a fixed attitude or disposition. So it's fixed, okay? And there can be positive mindsets that are fixed and there can be negative mindsets that are fixed. But when I was growing up, my dad's primary job was a farmer. He farmed 80 acres, and in my town, that was considered a small farmer. And then he worked two other jobs. Basically, he was a school bus driver. And then in the fall, whenever his crops were laid by, then he would work at a lumber supply company. And so he got this opportunity to move us all 30 miles from where we lived. And we owned the land and home that we lived on. And we were so excited. I can remember it to this day that the whole family was like, oh my gosh, I so hope he takes this job, because this town was such a much bigger place than the town that I grew up in. I grew up in a town of around 3,000 people. This particular town had things like, it had a movie theater, it had a Howard Johnson's, it had a big Walmart, it had, you'll laugh, now I laugh at these things, but it had like a lot of places to eat, which we didn't have in my hometown, just a couple to choose from. And so we were really crossing our fingers, praying, doing everything that we could, hoping that he would decide to take that job. And it took him about 3 days. Oh my gosh, he was so stressed. I was a little girl of about 8 years old, 9 years old, and he wouldn't take it. And the reason why I share that with you is he had a very fixed mindset, and he had a lot of fear of leaving that area, stopping farming, his main way of making a living, and then driving a school bus and then working for the lumber supply locally. So we were naturally disappointed. But the reason why I share this story is his mindset was very fixed, and his attitude, was very fixed as well. And when you see someone with a mindset that is really fixed, especially if it's in the negative, you already know and can predict how they're going to respond to most anything in life. And it's really good to be able to predict the future just based on that person's mindset, because this is where having superb people handling skills to help handle that person, shift their mindsets maybe, or at least if you can't shift them, get them to look at how their mindset is serving them or not serving them. And it also gives you a lot of power to know how to react when they tell you their answer or their viewpoints on things. So that was a negative mindset. And I think in my heart of hearts, I know even at the age of 8 years old, I knew that he was not going to choose to move us and take that job, even though we so wanted him to. We wanted to get off of the farm. We did not want our life to be determined by whether it's raining or whether it's shining, and we had sun shining and having a great crop that year, because that was the bulk of his income. So that's a negative mindset. And then the other story I wanted to share with you was a mindset of my own that I had when I was doing some traveling with my one of my good friends, Kim Kiyosaki. We had an event with Success Resources over in England, and the next event was going to be over in South Africa. And we had about a week in between both of these events. I mean, it's a sad thing. Hey, I'm being funny, because in between the events, we were able to tour the country of South Africa, because we had like 5 days before the next event. So, I mean, I had never been to South Africa. So we went to Grahamstown, we went to Cape Town, we went to Johannesburg. We took a 3-day train ride on a Rovers Rail train. And then we ended up in one of the 7 wonders of the world, which is Victoria Springs. And then we did a safari that was the most majestic thing I'd ever encountered in my life, which was at Mana Pools. And at the end, we ended up in Joburg doing the event with Success Resources. And we had just a fabulous time connected to 350 women and sharing all of our knowledge to help them have the best life that they can be, and personal development and so forth. So I share this because I will never, ever, ever forget this advice that Kim gave me, and how it changed my mindset from being quite fixed. I was looking over and kind of doing a gratitude process and writing out all the things that I had seen, all the things I had learned. So grateful for going to all of those different places within South Africa and all the people. And just, I mean, my eyes were like this, like, oh my goodness, just couldn't believe what I got to experience. And I told Kim, I said, I can't decide which one is my favorite. I said, I just can't do it. And she just looked at me and she said, do you have to pick a favorite? Can you just like all of them? And I looked at that and I was like, oh my gosh, I love that. No pressure. Yes, I can like all of them, because they were so uniquely different. And there was so many positives about each particular place that we went and each particular experience. So I was like, that is a winning mindset. Do you have to pick a favorite? No, you don't. So, the future in which you live in today, the present moment that you're in right now, was created by a mindset before you are here right now. It's a mindset that is existing from the past. So in order to start creating the kind of future that you want, it starts with looking at your mindset. Okay, so for 5 days, we're hosting a challenge, and it's a free challenge, and it's going to be January the 23rd. It's free. It's 30 minutes per day, and it's a very practical challenge. You'll be learning mindsets, what to do about them, a process that you can use on yourself. And then each day we'll be giving you more and more pieces that fit around mindsets, how they get formed, what you can do about them, how you can change them, and how you can use this on any area that's really, really important to you. And in the challenge, you'll be identifying different factors, the way you're thinking, limiting beliefs that you may not even know are there, and how to transform the limiting beliefs into winning thoughts. Just like when I took that trip to South Africa and had a little bit of a limiting thought on picking one thing when I loved everything. So join us for the 5-day challenge. It's free, and we will be posting the link so that you've got that at your fingertips and can join us for the new year, the new you, and the new mindset challenge.